cold and rainy days like today, baking in the kitchen will literally warm you up. And David Andrews is joining us now for our February's edition of David's Dish. David.
Yes.
Tell us, what is this?
Yes.
This smells so good.
This is a French pastry called a Pithivier.
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 Yes, it's P-T-V-A. If you look at the what it looks like, you go, how do you pronounce that? It's Pithivier.
Pithivier.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple. It's 2 puff pastries with a frangipane, kind of a moist filling in between.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's an almond-based, we got almond flour in between.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. Now, what I recommend,
Here's his tips. Starting up strong.
put this up there, is getting, because it's relatively painless to make your own puff pastry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's so much easier if you go buy it in the store, because Pepperidge Farms makes really nice puff pastry. And what you can do is just, there's no rolling involved.
Yeah.
It comes
Okay.
in 2 sheets. You need 2 sheets.
Okay.
And they have to be 9-inch round.
Uh-huh.
And they are about 9 inches is what this is.
Perfect.
And if you,
Okay.
and to make this, if you go to the pictures that I have from when I made it over the weekend, I made this one today.
You made this one this
Ooh.
morning?
Yeah, I made this
okay,
one.
so this is the recipe.
No, in fact, this afternoon.
What? So it's fresh?
Yeah, I mean, this is.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Wait a minute. So how long did it
Basically-
take?
An hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, an hour.
So this is the recipe
now,
up here.
Now, the first one, when I made it out of this, it took me several hours, because
Okay.
whenever you make something for the first time, it's
Right.
going to be a lot. And they call it a king cake, but don't think it's like
is
Mardi
Mardi
Gras
Gras,
king
no,
cake.
okay.
No, this is served in France most prominently right after Christmas.
Hmm.
And it's in the Epiphany when the 3 kings visited
Okay,
Jesus
that makes sense.
for his
Okay.
baptism.
Okay.
All right.
So that's their king cake
Okay.
in France.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Let's go through your pictures,
Right.
yeah.
What you do is you roll out those 2 pieces of pastry, put a 9-inch cake pan on top of the rectangle of pastry, and then just take a knife and go around the outside and cut it out. And then your next step is going to be to take one of those and take a little bitty, I've got a little round 1-inch hole punch,
Okay.
a cookie cutter punch, and then you just score it with a knife. You don't go through it. You just score
So lightly?
the top lightly.
Okay.
Then you
Like a
put
small
it.
trace.
Then you put it. You're always putting this back. They want you to have the puff pastry always cold.
Okay.
So when you're doing the next step, you're always putting this back, the pastry back in the fridge.
Okay.
Oh.
Both
okay.
pieces. So they
That's a
stay,
good tip, to
so
make
they
sure it's
stay,
cold.
So they stay cold. And if we go to the next picture, I put the filling inside of it. I don't know if I had a picture. I don't think I took a picture of the filling, but the filling it was very easy to put
Okay.
together there.
Okay.
And then you just sort of glop it in the middle so that it gets a little bit of a dome on the outside. And then you go around, you seal the edge. And one of the keys with this is it's got an egg wash on the top. It's an egg yolk and milk. But you can't let that egg wash go over the sides. If
Okay.
it goes
Okay.
over the sides, if you take a close-up of the actual one we have here on the table, if it goes over the sides, it's going to seal up this puff pastry, because puff pastry is all made of like a laminate of all these different
Okay.
layers. And if it seeps over the side, it's going to burn and
Okay.
cause it. So you've got to keep that
Up on top.
That-
Okay.
Okay.
up on top.
Gotcha.
That's
So
a good
you wanna
tip.
Start out with a little bit,
Yeah.
not too much, so it doesn't drip over.
Yes, if it drips over, and I had a couple on that first one, it's not a good thing.
No, but
Um,
I just have to take a minute. The perfect crunch.
Yeah, it's
Right?
Cutting it right now.
Pithivier.
That's so awesome. While you cut this and we try this, what inspired you?
This was on the Great British Baking Show. They
Oh.
have a new, that's called the Professionals, and these are professional bakers are in a competition, and they made this, and I thought, well, that looks easy. I think I can make that. So,
You're a
so
professional.
I did.
David, can I ask you, can you tell me a little bit about what the filling is inside of here?
Yeah, it is butter, sugar, and it is
And it's light.
a little bit of flour and a cup of almond flour, a little bit of almond extract, and a little bit of what they call lemon paste, which I've never used before, but kind of an intense lemon flavor. So it's got just a
Yes.
little bit of a
Yeah.
As soon as you said the lemon, I
Yeah.
tasted
I could take-
it
yeah.
right there.
lemon,
Yeah.
little almond, but
Wow.
definitely an easy thing to make if you don't go through the labor of doing the puff pastry and just buy the puff pastry. It's very easy to make and assemble. The hardest thing would be is scoring the top to make
Okay.
it look pretty.
All right.
That looks like it's
Well, thank
done
you
with
so
such ease.
much.
There it is.
Yes. Very,
Enjoy.
very good.
Lovely.
So good.